For our next speaker, I'd love us all to welcome onto the stage Kruljac.
Hi everyone. Just wanting to ask, has anybody ever had a family member or know somebody that's gone to the doctors and they've been all of a sudden diagnosed with an illness? It's pretty upsetting and tragic. But imagine if you go to the doctors and they don't know what that illness is. So, and then where would you go for support? Would you, if there was no organisation that had support for you, would you go and Google it? And Google is pretty bad because if you're self-diagnosed, you could be dead tomorrow. So finding support is really critical. When you have support, it boosts your immune system, it increases your wellness, and you have a feeling of belonging if you're in a community. The other thing is, if you don't have that support, depression, uncertainty, and anything else that comes with it. Now, this is why this is important, because for me, I was that child that had an unknown illness. I didn't have a good start in life, so when I was born a month early, and then when I was 4, the doctors said to my parents I needed to have half my lung removed.
Wow.
So I was wheeled, and I can remember being wheeled into that theatre as if it was yesterday.
Wow.
Being wheeled into that theatre and having that big light shining over the top of you, and then the progress and the recovery after that. Going a few years later, after having hundreds of tests and everything coming back negative, I had a biopsy on my lung, and that lung biopsy revealed stomach acid in my lungs. So the doctors wanted to know why I had that in my lungs. So they did another test. They knocked me out, and while they knocked me out, they put a tube up my nose into my stomach, and this one doctor said, I want to do one more test. He said, I want one more go. So he took a chance on me. Then he sent that test over to Toronto, and within a month, we had a diagnosis. I was diagnosed with a condition called PCD, and no, it doesn't stand for pussycat dolls. And so PCD is primary ciliary dyskinesia. It affects my lungs, and the little hairs in my lungs don't work properly. So therefore, I get a build-up of mucus in my lungs, which means I have to do physio every single day to maintain my so-called living lungs, so they don't become dying lungs. Now, for 14 years, my mother and myself walked around, all right, lived my life not knowing a single person that had this condition. So I was pretty lonely. I became a bit rebellious, as kids do. And at the age of 25, I finally met 2 people that had the same condition as me. So I still went about my own business, and it wasn't until about 5-6 years ago that something happened and I went, enough is enough. I need to do something so I can help other people. So to me, that felt like that was my calling to go out there. So now my aim is to go out and help other people with the condition. So when the parents get that diagnosis, they don't walk out of that doctor's surgery going, where do I turn to? What do I do? Is my child going to live a full life? Is my child going to not be able to be schooled? Or, what's going to happen to them? So by me setting an example for them to show what life can be like and that you have no limitations is for me, I think that's the most inspiring thing that I can do. And I've had mothers since I've started the support group say if it wasn't for the group, then they would have gone crazy. So I'm glad to say that I've saved a couple of people from going crazy. So my goal is to, what I want people to do, and what I want you to help me do, is to spread the word about PCD. Go out and tell your friends about it so people become more aware. And also we need resources, so we need people to help us fundraise and just help us get it out there. So that's what I would like you to do, and I would like you to come on that journey with me.
Yeah.